What years were you at St. James?
1970 to 76.
And what you taught?
Just, it was music in the classrooms. Well, I have to elaborate on that, but I was the parish organist and
I
adult.
remember that. Yeah,
Yeah,
choir director. You not only played, you directed.
yes, I know, and I had never directed. When I found out Father DeBach, he came over on this first Sunday that our community was all together, and he, told me I was going to be the choir director. I'm like,
Didn't
I
ask, huh?
never had any training for that ever.
I remember you doing exceptionally well. And when you left, it was a hole. That kind of leads me to one of the questions was who else was at St. James when you were there?
Okay, Caroline Hamersky, or wait a minute, Caroline, I think it was Caroline Hamersky,
And
and
what did she teach?
she was the principal.
Oh,
Yeah, and then let me see who's the other one.
and did she teach eighth grade too then?
I don't know that. I can't tell you. I
I'm
don't.
thinking that most times it wasn't until late in Sister Kathleen Laugren's time that there was a separation of teacher and principal
Oh,
responsibilities.
oh, maybe she did. Then there was Marielda. That's Marielda, Graskowiak. Now I won't attempt it, but you would say it like Zheshkowiak.
Okay.
Zhesh. um,
I'm gonna just put G down there.
and then me and my last name's Laubach.
Yeah, I have that. Uh-huh. What about, I remember a sister Lenore.
Oh yeah, Lenore Fighter. She came, I see, I left in 76 because I was asked to go to Harbor Springs to teach the Native Americans.
Ah,
So when I left, she came. She was a very close friend of Sister Frances Clare. So
ah,
that's why.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you know if she's still,
Lenore Fighter, Feider.
would you know?
I should have,
Yeah.
taken down
So
myself.
talk about your time in the classrooms. Did you have your own room? Or did you have
I
to go
had,
run to the
yeah, I
class?
had my own room up on the second floor.
Okay,
But when I taught music in the classroom, generally I went into the classroom
okay.
that the children were in. But the younger ones, I think first and second grade, they would bring up to my room, and then, I just mostly taught songs and a little theory. That was about it.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything heavy duty.
So maybe the classes were like about once or twice a week, something like that?
Yeah, probably once a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now they have Spanish, art, music, and gym.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
really good.
yeah, and library. Now, it's been complicated a little bit by the pandemic, but before the
Mhm.
pandemic, that enabled the teachers, the grade teachers, to have a little bit of break, at least one break each day.
Did I what?
Were the kids, what was the kids' behavior like when you were there?
I would say they were pretty good,
Good.
pretty normal, except when you got up like seventh and eighth grade.
Yeah, they don't want to sing anymore.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
They get
yeah,
personality and all that stuff. So I
yes.
kind of developed a separate program for them. They'd come up, and we'd do like more creative stuff with, music and
Sure.
I wasn't much singing because see the boys' voices are changing, and
Yes.
they think they're going to hit this note and go wing or bling, and
Can you just talk generally now about your time at St. James and what you liked about it, where you lived? Um,
well, they bought a house that I think was a rooming house formerly. It was on Mound Street, but I can't remember what the other. It was on the corner. I can't
oh
remember.
yes, the red brick building.
Part.
The red brick building.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and so that's where we lived.
All
Uh,
of the time that you were there?
No, let me think. I I believe so. Yeah,
Okay,
I don't think that it changed because we had four people, and so it's kind of hard in a house, to get a house with four bedrooms or something.
right.
So,
So how about in the school, memories that you have of maybe a student or an event or something?
well, like I can tell you, as far as student goes, do you know the Currens?
Oh, yes,
Okay,
yes.
Kathy. She started piano in fifth grade, I think, or fourth grade. She was my most outstanding pupil I ever had in all the years I taught.
Oh, wonderful.
And every once in a while I run into her. And she's an organist also. Well, I started her on organ because I thought she's so good at piano, let's, broaden the skills a little. So
Yeah, terrific.
let's see, what else did you ask me?
About how you feel about your time that you spent at St. James, kind of what you said earlier.
Yeah, well, I would say nothing but good memories.
But maybe just repeat what you said about how you felt about the time you were at St. James.
Um, I felt comfortable. And to me, comfort's a big thing,
Yeah,
that I feel at ease, and I know what I'm doing. And there weren't any people that were on my back and things like that.
yeah.
It just seemed to roll along nicely, you
So
know.
in rating the places that you worked, where would you put St. James?
Number one. Yep. No question in my mind.
Are
Oh,
there any things, final comments you might like to say?
um,
Maybe about in reflection of St. James, your time there, the people that you met, the people that you worked with, the students. Um,
I'm just scanning this because I kind of wrote out some stuff. Um, Well, one nice thing, Sister Frances Clare was very athletic, and she had a bike, and this one fella in the parish got a secondhand bike for me, and so on Saturdays we'd go and bike in the Arboretum, and I loved that. That was, yeah. And this
that,
guy was kind of an old, you wouldn't expect him, doorbell rings and here he is with his bike. It was secondhand, but it was a good bike.
oh,
Didn't,
great. Oh, that's a great story.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But I didn't put that in there. Oh yeah, I did. One of my favorite memories was of biking at the Arboretum with Frances Clare.
Yeah.
She entered when she was in her early 30s, so she was much older. Um, and also I wrote here, old Father DeBach, he was my favorite priest. Oh, I just thought the world of him. And he'd come to the convent on Saturdays and say mass for us. And then we'd have him for breakfast. I mean, to come to breakfast.
Yeah.
We'd eat him. But he was, I don't know what he was like in his later years, but
Wonderful.
I know. And do you know he was an only child?
Yeah, yeah. He would talk about his mom and dad occasionally in his homilies, but to me, he was the epitome of a pastoral priest.
Yeah, I would agree. His homilies were always so good.
Hmm.
Oh, wow, he must
Yeah.
have had some terrific parents.
I, amen. Thank you so very much for doing this,
Oh, well,
and
this was fun.
yeah, it's good to see you. Great memories. Um,
Oh, yeah.
so thanks so much.